Okay, in this example in Java, let's take a look at generic functional interfaces with lambda expressions. We're going to go ahead and create an interface that is generic and can be implemented by the lambda expression using different data types. So first of all, we have our public class generic functional interface, and we have the main method there that serves as the entry point to our program. Let's go ahead and create a generic interface so we can see a couple of examples. So first we start off with the keyword interface. Okay, we'll just name it some function, and we'll go ahead and we'll do E as a placeholder for our type. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to just return something. So we'll just say we'll return the E type. Okay, again, the E is our placeholder for our type that we are returning, and we'll just say let's do some operation function. Okay, so that is our generic functional interface. Okay, in the main method here, we'll go ahead and implement a couple of examples. Let's go ahead and create a function type. Let's start with a string, and let's call this function reverse. Okay, and then let's go ahead and implement this lambda. Let's implement this interface with our lambda expression. So we'll just set it up so that it reverses some strings. Okay, so let's go ahead and call reverse. It's going to be equal to arrow notation or lambda here operator, and then we'll use the block. All right, and here we are going to have to pass in a string. We'll call it string. Okay, and we're going to have to pass in up here to E. Okay, all right, so this is our parameter type here. Okay, and it's going to return the string reversed. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a string here, and we'll just call it reversed string, and we'll set that to an empty string, and then we will go ahead and for loop through our string. So we'll create an index here. It's going to start out at string.length -1, and the index will run while it's greater than or equal to 0, and we will decrement it each loop. Okay, and so what we'll do is we'll take our reverse string plus equal to string dot at char at the current index. Okay, so basically working its way through the end of the string right to left. Okay, once we have that, what we're going to do is just go ahead and return our reverse string. It seems like I missed a step here somewhere. Oh, I forgot the semicolon. Okay. All right, so we've implemented the operation part of this interface, and we have it saved here as reverse. Okay, so next what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and see it in action. So we'll just go ahead and simply print out. Okay, and then what we'll do is we will call reverse dot operation, and we'll perform this on a string. This is a This is an expression to be reversed. Dot, dot, dot. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and run and see it in action. All right, here we go. We got our string reversed. Okay. Because it's generic, this implementation of the interface function, we can go ahead and create another lambda expression that will be an integer type here, and we'll just call it add. Okay, and then in this example, we're going to go ahead and use the integer type instead of string. So that's what generic programming lets us do. It lets us change the data types or the objects that we're using here. So let's go ahead and do this with integers. So we'll take add, and we'll basically just return maybe a plus b. Okay, so we will pass a and b here. Actually, that won't work because we're not passing 2, but instead let's just add 1 plus 1, okay, into a. Oops. All right, and semicolon. Okay, we could pass an object and then try to get the object's variables and then add them together and return that object, but we'll just go ahead and just add by 1. So we'll just change this then to add 1. So that way it kind of makes more sense. Okay, so let's see that in action. Alright, so here we go. Add 1 dot operation, and then we'll just pass in 4. Okay, let's go ahead and run that. Okay, you can see here that's 1, so 5. Alright, so these are 2 examples of implementing a generic functional interface with lambda expressions.